Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Issues in Translation, class year 2024. My name is Priyantaro, and I will be your lecturer for this subject. The first thing that you need to do is to join my Google Classroom, just the same like my other classrooms. So what you need to do to join Google Classroom is that you can use this join code, HVTCZS3. Use that code, but before that, you need to go to classroom.google.com. Otherwise, you can join using the invite link, which I will paste onto the chat later on. Once you manage to join, go to classwork, go to meeting one, and open the overview, open the document. This is what you're going to see. I have prepared a folder containing the materials that we are going to use during this semester. And I think you are class B, so open this. So it has a lot of files. I'm going to open this in different browser. So let me close other irrelevant files first. This one. Yeah. Okay. So this is the folder. So it has a lot of files, but what you need to really be focusing on now is just this overview of issues in translation class B. So the target of this class is for you to submit an essay about translation analysis coming from a media research. So this will be a different this will take a different approach as compared to the other translation classes that you have undertaken, like in basic, intermediate, or advanced translation classes. So in those classes, I usually ask you to translate from English to Indonesian or the other way around. But for this class, I will give you text that has been translated from Indonesian to English or the other way around, and then you need to analyze the text. Okay. So what's the grading component? So we have three grading components: project 50%, concept 25%, and essay 25%. So these three seems to be quite unfamiliar because I didn't use this term in the other translation classes. I will explain about them to you. So what is project? So project is a kind of mini research because the class is designed to be project based or research based. And this will take 50% of the grading component. So the component is quite large. So I want you to concentrate on completing the project. I will teach you on how to do a mini research. We are going to do the research together from meeting one up to meeting seven. So if you want to know what we are going to do, you can just read this. Okay, from meeting one up to meeting seven. Okay, meeting seven. You can read the whole overview document to preview what we are going to do from meeting one to meeting 30. But project will take at least half of the semester. It might be quicker depending on your pace, but I'm optimistic that yeah, you can at least complete the project. We can complete the project before meeting eight or for the midterm exam. Now, you need to come up with a concept for your midterm exam. Okay, so what is a concept? So a concept is a kind of draft, a very rough draft of your own research project. So you can use similar approach, but with different object, and then you can adapt. So yeah, so this is concept. I will explain about the template later, not today. And then you're going to do your own research for the rest of the semester, and I will be there as a consultant to help you. Okay, so I will not let you do the research on your own. I will still be there to guide you. But the research is individual, so it's unlike the project. Now, once you have completed your research, you need to write an essay for your final term exam, and that will count 25%, just like concept. So if you have any questions about this, just write on the chat box and I will reply when I can. Now I'm going to explain about the project. So we are going to analyze the translation of pronouns of a movie. The movie is Edensor. It's an Indonesian movie, Netflix version. So the version is the version of the transcript. Okay, because if we use transcripts or subtitles from different vendor, perhaps the outcome will be different. They are slightly different. Yeah, similar but slightly different. But I just want to make it really transparent that we are going to use Netflix version. And subtitles will be in English and Indonesian. And that folder, if you click on this, will be redirected to the same folder that you saw earlier. Okay. Right. So all information is in this file. Okay, so this is a very important file. Another important file is this, but I will come to this later. I will just move on to the procedure. And we will focus on explaining what we are going to do today and your homework for the next week. So the first thing that we need to explain, we need to discuss is research questions for our project. You can call it research aims or research questions. Well, we have 4 research questions. To put simply, the research question is how we are going to analyze the translation of pronoun from Indonesian to English. But we want to be very systematic. Okay, so I will chop down that one main questions into subsidiary questions. Okay, so the first research question is this. So it might be quite intimidating, but it's actually quite simple, which is how to create a database for the translation of the subtitles from English to Indonesian. Okay, so the database, the language database is called Corpus here. It's a database of natural language. Research question number 2 is we want to know the techniques or method or strategies used for translating those pronouns. Okay. And research question number 3, we want to encode information about the subtitle, such as the pronoun, the character who speaks the line, the hierarchy between the speaker and the hearer, solidarity and gender, etc. So yeah, that's research question number 3. And research question number 4, we want to know if there is a relation between gender of the character and the translation of pronoun. And then we can perhaps uh, explain the correspondence between these elements as well. I will just add this. Hang on. I have 2 monitors. I'm still hoping that I'm sharing this correct screen. This one. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave that up to now. Okay. Right. So I'm going to introduce you to the data now. And then if you go back to the previous folder, open the Excel or Google Sheet file. And this is what you're going to see. Okay. I will give some heading. Okay. There you go. So what you see here is is a file that has 2 subtitles. So for this side, for this column, it's Indonesian subtitle, and for this side is this English subtitles. And what you need to do is first you need to make sure that one line is one sentence. Okay, so if you look at the original, subtitle it, so you can go to the ID sheet here. So now you're in ID.hyphen en. So if you go to the ID here, you can see that line number 2 and line number 3, they are actually one sentence. Okay. In the English translation as well. Okay. You can see line number 6 and line number 7, 8, and 9. They are actually from the same sentence. Well, this is quite common in subtitle because when you chop down long sentence into short phrases or short clauses or short parts, because you want users or viewers or people who watch the movie to be able to understand the subtitle as well as enjoying the movie as well. You don't want to make them concentrating too much on the subtitle. But that's not what we're going to do now. Want to we don't focus on users experience, viewers experience. We want to focus on the quality of the translation. So if you see the example here, we go back to the sheet. Okay, so it's one line, one sentence in Indonesian, one sentence in English. So these are some examples. Okay, so yeah, you can see this. And next to the line, you can see the character. That means who say the line and the gender. So how do we know this? How do you know the name of the character? Well, you can watch the movie. If you go back to the folder and then you open the link, I have provided to you with these links where you can watch the movie. This one is just the teaser, not teaser, but this is just the first 11 minutes, so it's not a full movie. But this one is supposed to be a full movie. Yeah. Okay. So you can watch this and then, yeah, you know who is speaking. Yeah. If you still think that it is quite difficult, I suggest that you find the list of the characters, and I usually do this. IMDb space and then the name of the movie. In this case, Ebenezer. Okay, and here you can see names of the cast. This is the actor. Don't use this. So we use the name of the character from here. Okay. So it's not that difficult. So for this column, who speaks? And for this column is the gender. So M stands for male, F stands for female. Now we have like 1,125 lines here. Question is, do you have to, do each of you have to complete all of them? No, I have divided these lines into like small parts, and you just need to do your part. And to know which line that you need to do is you go to task distribution. Okay. So for instance, Christina, Christina, you can see here. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to give some color for this. So you will need, you can understand which, oh, hang on, maybe just give different color for this as well. Okay, right. And let's make this freeze. Okay. This one. This one is already freezing, frozen. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, okay. So Christina, so you can see that you need to work line 1 up to 29. So it says 21, sorry, 29. So that means you need to work from line 1 to line 29. So if you go back here to the parallel text, okay, you check this entry code, you need to work from AD001 up to 29. So just this. Okay, so it's not that difficult. So from line 30 to line 58 is Nicholas. So Nicholas, you need to work from line 30 to 58. Okay. Ratrina from 59 to 87. Deastika from 188 to 116, and so on and so forth. Okay. And then you have been divided into some groups. So you can see that Christina, Nicolas, Ratrina, Dea, and Alicia, they are in group one. And one name here is written in bold. Okay, Alicia Jati. So that means you are the head of the group, Alicia. So you and the other members of the groups are responsible to send me a file as a group. So you need to send me individual files, but the head of the group need to send me additional group files. You have to combine results or outcomes from all of the members, do it collectively. So how do we do that? Okay, do we do that directly on this Google Sheet? No, you need to download the Google Sheet. Okay, go to File, download, and work offline. Okay, so you can work in parallel. You don't have to work in the same document. Um, okay, go back here. No, sorry. Overview. Yes, overview. So, you have to submit the files here. So click here. You can just drag the file or you can upload it. Yeah, file upload. Yeah. Let's say like, I don't know, this is your individual file. This is your group file. You can just open it and yeah, Google Drive will upload that for you. Um, what's the title of what should be the format of the title of the files? So this is the format. Okay, class output 01 because this is the first task, persons list number, and then your name. Just use the short one. If your persons list number is only one digit, at 0. So for instance, Dea Astika. So Dea Astika here, persons list number 4. So for the individual file, the format of the file will name of the file will be uh, this one, A output 01, and then 04, there. And what about the group file for group one? Yeah, Alicia must send me the file, must submit the file in addition to individual files. So the format is this. So A, because you're from class A. Oh, no, you're not from class A, right? So you're from class B, right? You're from class B. Okay. B output 01, group 2, dot XLS as XLS is the extension of the Excel files. Right. So that's it for today. If you have any question, please write on the chat box and I will reply to it when I can. You don't need to worry about the persons list. I have taken care of the persons list for you. And that's it. So I will see you next week, but make sure you send me your file or your files 21 February at the latest, because you can please give me 1 day to process the files. Okay. So don't forget to upload your files at least February 21st. Yeah, I will see you next week, I think. Okay. You can leave this meeting.